Hello everyone, welcome to another series of today's GK. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was, with reference to Siachen Day, consider the following statements. 1. It is celebrated every year on April 15. 2. It is celebrated to mark the anniversary of Operation Meghdoot, launched by the Indian Army in April 1984 to secure the Siachen Glacier. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Recently, the Indian Army celebrated the 39th Siachen Day at the highest and coldest battlefield in the world. The Siachen Day is celebrated every year on April 13. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The Siachen warriors celebrate Siachen Day every year to mark the anniversary of Operation Meghdoot, which was launched by the Indian Army on April 13, 1984 to secure the Siachen Glacier, which was important from a strategic point of view since the glacier shares boundaries with Pakistan and China. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Now, let's begin today's session. First question is, consider the following statements regarding the Global Buddhist Summit. 1. The Ministry of Culture in collaboration with the International Buddhist Confederation or IBC is hosting the summit. 2. The theme of the 2-day Global Buddhist Summit is Responses to Contemporary Challenges, Philosophy to Praxis. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, the Union Minister for Culture gave information on the first Global Buddhist Summit to be held in New Delhi. The Ministry of Culture, in collaboration with its grantee body, International Buddhist Confederation, will be hosting the Global Buddhist Summit on 20-21 April. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The prime vision of the summit is to look into the teachings of the Shakyamuni Buddha that have been continuously enriched over the centuries with the practice of Buddhism. The theme of the 2-day Global Buddhist Summit is Responses to Contemporary Challenges, Philosophy to Praxis. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The aim of the summit is to set up a forum for the lay Buddhist scholars and Dharma masters. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, with reference to viability gap funding scheme, consider the following statements. 1. It aims at supporting any project that is economically justified but fall marginally short of financial viability. 2. All kinds of projects where private sector sponsors are selected through a process of competitive bidding are supported through this scheme. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. Recently, India announced its plans to build a major geothermal power plant in Arunachal Pradesh just across the China border. The Government of India is considering providing viability gap funding or VGF for this energy segment. This scheme aims at supporting infrastructure projects that are economically justified but fall marginally short of financial viability. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The support under this scheme is available only for infrastructure projects where private sector sponsors are selected through a process of competitive bidding. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. The total VGF under the scheme does not exceed 20% of the total project cost. However, the government may decide to provide additional grants up to a limit of further 20%. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Next question is, Marketing and Logistics Development for Promotion of Tribal Products from Northeastern Region or PTP NER scheme is an initiative of which of the following ministries or institutions? Ministry of Tribal Affairs, Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region, Ministry of Minority Affairs, or Ministry of Culture. The correct answer is option A, Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Recently, the Union Tribal Affairs Minister launched Marketing and Logistics Development for Promotion of Tribal Products from Northeastern Region scheme in Manipur. The scheme has been introduced for the benefit of scheduled tribes of the Northeastern region. It has the vision to strengthen livelihood opportunities for tribal artisans through increased efficiency in procurement, logistics, and marketing of tribal products from northeastern states. The scheme will apply to the states of Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura, and Sikkim. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding International Day for Monuments and Sites, that is IDMS. 1. It is celebrated every year on 18th April. 2. The theme of the year 2023 is Heritage Changes. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Every year on 18 April, the International Council on Monuments and Sites celebrates the International Day for Monuments and Sites, whose establishment was approved by the 22nd UNESCO General Conference in 1983. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Each year, ICOMOS proposes a theme for activities to be organized by its members and partners and anyone who wants to join in marking the day. The theme for the year 2023 is Heritage Changes. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the 9th schedule of the Constitution. 1. The Parliament of India can place a particular law in the 9th schedule of the Constitution of India. 2. The validity of a law placed in the 9th schedule cannot be examined by any court under any circumstances and no judgment can be made on it. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, Chhattisgarh CM wrote to Prime Minister seeking the inclusion of 2 amendment bills allowing for higher quota in jobs and educational institutions in the 9th schedule of the Constitution. The 9th schedule contains a list of central and state laws which cannot be challenged in courts. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The schedule became a part of the Constitution in 1951 through the first Constitutional Amendment Act. The Supreme Court of India in the I.R. Coelho case restored the power of the judiciary of judicial review of the acts placed under the 9th schedule based on the basic structure doctrine. However, this power is limited to the acts placed after 1973. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, in the context of Indian biodiversity, what is the IUCN status of mangrove pitta bird? Least concern, near threatened, vulnerable, or endangered? The correct answer is option B, near threatened. Recently, the first ever census of mangrove pitta birds was carried out in 2 coastal districts of Odisha. The mangrove pitta bird is found in coastal mangrove forest of India, foraging on the ground and resting on the trees. The mangrove pitta birds are having a nearly threatened species IUCN status. They are found in new pockets of eastern India, including Odisha's Bhitarkanika Mangrove Sanctuary and West Bengal's Sundarbans. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is, with reference to Animal Birth Control Rules 2023, consider the following statements. 1. The rules provide guidelines on how to deal with the human and stray dog conflicts. 2. The rules allow relocating the dogs in an area. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, the central government has notified the Animal Birth Control Rules 2023 under Prevention of Cruelty to Animal Act 1960. As per the extant rules, animal birth control or ABC programs for the sterilization and immunization of the stray dogs are to be carried out by the respective local bodies or municipalities or municipal corporations and panchayats. The municipal corporations need to implement the ABC program and anti-rabies program jointly. The rules also provide guidelines on how to deal with the human and stray dog conflicts without relocating the dogs in an area. Hence, statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, with reference to India Steel 2023, consider the following statements. 1. It will showcase advanced technologies, products and solutions from the Indian steel industry. 2. It is an annual event. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, the Union Ministry of Steel, in association with the Department of Commerce, Union Ministry of Commerce and Industry Chamber FICCI, organized India Steel 2023. It is a conference and international exhibition on the steel industry. The exhibition will showcase advanced technologies, products and solutions from the Indian steel industry. Hence, statement 1 is correct. This is a biennial event, hence statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, in which of the following cities the second India-Peru Joint Commission meeting was held? Lima, Puerto Maldonado, New Delhi, or Kumarakom? The correct answer is option C, New Delhi. Recently, the second India-Peru Joint Commission meeting was held in New Delhi. In the meeting, both the sides reviewed their traditionally friendly relations and discussed ways to take forward cooperation in areas of mutual interest, including trade and investments. The regional and multilateral issues of current relevance and cooperation between the two countries in multilateral forums and international organizations were discussed. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Last question is, consider the following statements regarding the stable coins recently seen in news. 1. These are cryptocurrencies designed to maintain a stable value, typically by being pegged to a stable asset such as the US dollar. 2. Bitcoin and Ethereum are its two examples. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Stable coins are cryptocurrencies designed to maintain a stable value, typically by being pegged to a stable asset such as the US dollar. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Investing in stablecoin can help mitigate market volatility because they are less susceptible to price fluctuations than other cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin or Ethereum or any other. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. It can help in hedging against volatility, and it also offers greater flexibility in transferring funds. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Now it's time for the practice question. Who organized Srijan, a national conference on female infertility? All India Institute of Ayurveda, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi, Central Council for Research in Ayurvedic Sciences, or Ministry of Health and Family Welfare? Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.